you would see the programming in Britain, how debased and degraded the program has been for years, you'd understand. None of that's by accident. They know what they're doing at the top, the ones that give you your culture. But here you are. This is going to go, it's going to expand across the country, and it will expand across all countries because we're all to be monitored in our homes eventually. All of us, you see. Adaptation, we adapt and we adapt and we adapt. CCTV cameras in the streets. You get monitors in your cars to track your cars. Well, what's wrong with having cameras in your rooms? And that's how stupid people are. Utterly stupid. That's for the sheeple. I'll be back with more after these messages. I'm Alan Watt, and we're cutting through the matrix. Just talking of how the big services that we have end up becoming authorities over the public, and then telling you how to live, and then now spying on you in your own homes, and doing house inspections and all the rest of it. We're going backwards. See, that's how it used to be in the old days, before council housing was bought by the councils using taxpayers' money. And landlords used to just come in at any time and go through everything and so on. Wouldn't even bother knocking. See, we're just scum, you see, to these people at the top. We're just, they call us clay to be molded. We're not really adults and humans, no. We're lesser beings, you see. We're to live in ignorance and we're to be told by our betters, those with the suits and ties that live up there in the big buildings of Parliament. The Fabian system, you'll train them like animals because that's how they believe we are animals, that man is an animal. See? And you can train them, same as the Soviets, they said that you should just take the base man and make him into anything you want. Same old idea. The only difference is, as I say, they abuse you by taking the work away. They make sure you feel so low and really you feel like nothing on earth when you're living on a welfare check. And they tell you that you'll see no work in your lifetime, and then the drugs flow in. Make sure that it's a drink culture. There's nothing but booze ads on TV all the time along with the sports. And they sit back and watch it all go into the dogs. Now they come back and blame the public. After they disclose the fact that, yeah, they were deindustrializing under an agreement, an international agreement set up after World War II. And they did that right through the 1970s and 80s. It's great, isn't it, how the abuser turns around and blames the victim. Here's an article here that's along the similar lines to it because it's from Spiegel and it's from the 27th of July 2009. Big Brother is watching your BlackBerry. How wired gadgets encroach on privacy, by Christian Stoker. With every high-tech gadget we buy, we give up a little more privacy. Many devices today are in constant communication with their manufacturer. And it's not just consumers who are losing their rights. The technology gives authoritarian states whole new ways of keeping tabs on individuals. Don't look now, but no matter where you go, you're connected. We, or most of us, at least, have opened our front doors to large corporations, hardware manufacturers, software firms, and search engines. We've allowed them to rifle through our jacket pockets and handbags, and now they can do as they wish with us, or do the bidding of the powers that be in the form of a totalitarian government, for example. Don't believe it? Well, consider a recent incident involving the internet bookseller Amazon and two works by, ironically enough, George Orwell. Amazon had been selling the titles 1984 and Animal Farm to owners of its Kindle reader. The special e-book device the bookseller developed However, it turned out that the publishers of the Orwell books didn't own the electronic rights to the works. And so to the surprise of buyers, Amazon erased the 2 books, which were being paid for and delivered from your electronic readers. Amazing, they can do that. You're sitting at home with it and suddenly it's gone. Amazon's readers had originally purchased pirate copies, it turned out. Now, if this had happened in a normal bookstore, the customer would never even have known. A bookseller who had mistakenly sold pirated copies of a book would never have snuck into customers' living rooms, pulled the offending books from the shelves, and left cash to the value of the purchase price on the kitchen table as recompense. In real life, there are practical and legal obstacles to this sort of behavior, but in the electronic world, it was simple. Probably Amazon won't even have to worry about legal problems relating to the action. This is just one of many examples pointing to a dramatic change in our lives we're experiencing in the coming years. In the age of networked digital devices, it seems that values such as the sanctity of the private sphere, the protection of our private property, and the inviolability of our correspondence no longer counts for very much. Isn't that putting it very mildly? Whether it's gaming consoles, Blackberries, iPhones, Windows PCs, Apple computers, Blu-ray players, or the next big trend in personal computing, the netbook digital devices that are permanently or frequently in contact with their manufacturer are here to stay. All of these devices can be remotely modified at any time through software updates. So you could say that an iPhone doesn't really belong to you, at least not in the quite same way that your refrigerator does, or your bicycle. The manufacturers have us all on a leash. In his 2008 book, The Future of the Internet and How to Stop It, American writer Jonathan Zittrain writes about the danger of what he calls tethered appliances. They're becoming ever more common, he argues, because software updates are supposed to protect us from attacks by hackers or viruses. Just think of the monthly ritual of the Windows update. Using this logic, Apple can dictate the terms and conditions under which software can be developed for the iPhone. The iPhone is not a PC. Not everyone can write software for the phone, and not everything can be installed in it. Hence, Apple, like Amazon, reserves the right to remotely meddle with your iPhone at any time and without the consent of the user in order to delete objectionable applications. All with the best of intentions, of course. And that's where it's all going, if anyone hasn't really noticed. It was intended to go this way. Make it easy at the beginning, get them hooked, change it all once you've got them hooked. Back with more after this break.